It's a funny story because I had just a wonderful, wonderful realtor here in Littleton, and she'd been a ballet dancer before. She's very artsy in a way, and just charming, and she'd worked with me for a while. I told her what I wanted. I said I want a kind of a Victorian home with high ceilings. I want to be I want fields all around and a short walk to town. And she took me to all these places, and gosh, they just didn't feel right. And of course, I also was looking in some expensive areas like Lincoln and Concord, and the prices were just outrageously high. So finally, she got the truth is that she got exasperated with me, and she asked me, uh, "What do you want, George? Come on." And that's when I said all these things about the high ceilings, Victorian house windows, and all that. And um, and she said, "I've got just the place for you." And she brought me here, which has no fields, is a very, 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 very long walk to town. The ceilings I can almost hit with my finger. I mean, I jump up and all, but so the ceiling is not that tall. Certainly not Victorian. It was built, I think, in the 1950s. So how did she know? But I got here with her, and we opened the door, and it was like my heart expanded, my mind expanded, and I thought I'd arrived in paradise. I mean, it just felt so beautiful to me. This was exactly what I wanted. What happened after being here just a little bit was I knew that it was kind of a paradise for me. And for that, I knew that, I mean, I'm a meditator, so I knew that I would deepen into nature by being here in some marvelous ways. And that certainly has been kind of the essence of my time here, as well as deepening with my family. Um, but the other thing that happened as I stayed for a while was that I realized that all the creativity that I had inside of me, I I wanted to bring out here. It called that forth. So we had a cabin out here. The cabin was a hockey. It was probably rat infested. It was loose to the air. It was broken up, and I saw it and I thought, I'm going to make this beautiful. So I completely redesigned it, put windows everywhere, kept the footprint that was required by law, and made really a pavilion that was warm with that you were surrounded by the lake, surrounded by nature. And that was my place of inspiration. I went out after building the cabin. I went out and bought the first camera I'd owned since I was a boy.
This is called Freedom Song by George Kinder and London Kinder.
And this is really my favorite of all of the songs. I've got many favorites, but I love the song. It's a lovely song just to listen to. It's a song about freedom. It's a song about the whole planet. Um, and it's a song with a deeper message about the earth itself being a flag of freedom, a world meant to deliver freedom to all of its creatures. And of course, the implication there as well is about it's meant to deliver freedom to all of us. So it's a call to us to make sure we deliver freedom to all human beings as well, all of humanity.
How do we not in each moment see how you've come to make us all free? This great globe of the land and sea, sailing across the gap.
London and I did our songs here. And that was very special. That was our COVID summer together when she was 16 and I was, um, as old as Leonard Cohen, but not as tall. Um, and we had a great time, really enjoying it. Rachel, I asked to curate about 40,000 photographs. Ultimately, I took her work and took maybe her 10 favorite photographs of a day and then continued to edit them to make them ready for the book itself. Um, she's got a great eye and is now majoring in photography at Kenyon. Yeah. So I was known already in the financial world as someone who brought clients and eventually financial advisors all over the world to their dreams of freedom. And what I did was I revealed to those advisors how to discover who it is that a client really wants to be. Not just your list of what do you want to do in retirement and how do you want to do with your money and all this, but what do you really want to do with your life? And there's a series of questions I'm famous for called the three questions. And those questions are very briefly, if you had all the money you needed for the rest of your life, what would you do? If you only had 5 to 10 years left in your life, what would you do? But the key to all of the work that I taught is the third question. And that question is, if you were suddenly told by the doctor you have 24 hours left to live, and there's no way around it, and you looked at that, looked at what your life had been and looked at who you'd anticipated becoming, the question is not what you would do with those 24 hours, but reflect on what you would miss. Who did you not get to become? What did you not get to do? So it's a very profound question for people. And sometimes it's emotionally, it's always emotional, but what we learn to do, for many people, it becomes an inspiration. You see, I haven't done that yet. And that's what I'm meant to do. And then you go and do it. So my answer to that question, to the third question, always for many years was, I want to live in the weather and I want to create illuminated manuscripts. And what happened when I got here, I realized this is the perfect place to live in the weather. And then the second thing that I realized when I got my camera was I'd been writing for many years, and I thought, boy, I could record what this experience is of being here on Spectacle Pond. And so ultimately it became a 30-year adventure that I think of now as my legacy. So here's another one. So you have three images. They're all referencing a different aspect of this week of April 24th to April 30th, and they were all captured over a period of 20 or 30 years. The poetry also written over a period of 30 years. So here, I want to isolate on this poem down here, and you'll see that you're getting more of this wild image over on the right, but still with this breath of freedom in the sky up above. And the poem matches it. I live on the edge of the world, on a spit of land, a peninsula practically falling into the water. Each day I putz around my cabin, keeping myself pure in spirit, simple in soul. In clear water, disturbances are easily resolved. So I came here very purposeful. Very early on, I knew that I wanted to write a work that would capture and explore for people on a day by day basis, every day of the year, um, what could help people live more in the present moment and be more in nature. I've finished that work. That's done. I may have more to say in regard to it, but the real work, the body of work is done. And so I was passionate about doing it, boy. And so as I look now at what comes next, I see a civilization that feels in turmoil and in trouble. And I feel that what I've gained from understanding what nature has to share, what it is to be a human being here on the pond, that I can take that into kind of the tall buildings of civilization into a great city and go from organization to organization and share something that might help um, right the ship, might help make civilization itself as sustainable and as organic as Mother Nature. I want to do that.
Rotating blue world of freedom, sending freedom seeds like poetry, twirling out from the earth across the galaxy, giving birth and freedom to all the earth's creatures, to elephants, otters, and bees, her plants, her stars, and her waters, and every creature of the sea. Freedom in friendships,
Freedom in the breeze,
freedom to our oceans, freedom in the leaves. All Earth's creatures meant to be free.
this great ship of the night and day,
Sailing through the Milky Way, blue water waves heated by the sun, bringing her freedom to everyone. Light and freedom for everyone. Mother Earth seated by